Всем привет, это канал Анна Квест. Здесь мы играем в старые, не очень старые игры, квесты. Начинаем новую часть Нэнси Дрю, «Смертоносное устройство». Играла я в нее один раз. Я помню, что мне было тяжеловато, но в целом мне интересно, потому что я фанат Теслы. Вот. Не знаю, как пойдет. Насколько я понимаю, она уже идет на английском языке полностью. Так что... Что ж поделать. Ладно, хоть есть какой-то перевод на русский. Вот, напомню про свой телеграм-канал, где рассказываю про косплей, фанфики и другое творчество. Также поздравляю всех с китайским Новым годом. Там у меня постик с красивым томой. Посмотреть его можно по ссылке в описании или по QR-коду на экране. И в целом много красивых фотографий и какие-то моментики из жизни показываю. Всех буду там рада видеть, но мы потихонечку будем начинать. Да, младший детектив.
Nancy, you made it. Good.
You couldn't tell me much earlier. What's the story?
You'll find all the information in Nico's desk drawer. The combination is 171943.
Got it. I'll need full access to the lab and a cover.
For the cover, say you're doing due diligence for a new investor. I'll back you up if anyone asks. But full access to the lab? No. It's too dangerous.
If I can't investigate everything, I might have a problem on my hands.
All right. I'll have Ellie set up a demo for you. But that's it. The equipment in this lab is extremely dangerous.
Got it.
Approach the case how you want, but I think I know where you should start. Ryan. The police really thought she might be behind Nico's murder. They just couldn't prove it. She built the machine that killed him, and supposedly she'd threatened him. Start there. I've got to leave the office. If you need me, I'll be on my phone. Good luck. Stay safe. And please, help me do right by Nico. He was a brilliant scientist and a good man.
I need to find a way to fix this.
Конечно же, Кролл-мистер, кто же еще?
This must be the drawer where Victor put the case file.
Что, я неправильно записала? 43. Это все?
Check. Still have to do that. Still have to do that.
Still have to do it.
It looks like it's missing the opening mechanism. Check.
Hello, Nancy. I forgot to tell you, we've been having a lot of outages lately.
Funny you mention that. I think you're having one right now.
It's nothing to worry about. We've got backup on the big systems. Most of the time, Gray can get things back online in an hour. Occasionally it takes a while, but rarely does it come close to the critical window.
Critical window?
Some of the equipment can get unruly when the power supply isn't consistent. Don't worry about it, though. Take the time to get settled. Catch up on sleep. All right. Gotta run.
Okay, what's that? Ah, come on. Ow, my toe. Ooh.
Видимо, других вариантов нет.
This was not what I expected when I set the alarm. A clue. No, wait. That's just a sink. I'd better see what that alarm is about first. I need to find the power knob before I can use it. Hmm.
Я не смогу играть, пока этот ужасный звук.
You, come with me.
What's going on?
No chit-chat. Come, now. We need to get the system shut down before the grid goes critical. Get all those switches powered off. I'll do the rest.
Че? Че? Что надо сделать-то? Что-то я ничего не понимаю пока что.
Could this have been used to keep the power on? I need to keep this together with any other evidence I find.
Что надо по итогу-то сделать? Такие загадки я не люблю. Сейчас. Все
Nice
казалось
work.
проще.
Now get out.
Who are you? What just happened?
If the grid had gone critical, we'd all be dead right now. I'm Gray. I don't care who you are. Don't tell me. Get out.
It's locked.
Мое любимое. Ой, как я не люблю электричество. И при этом я обожаю Теслу.
I wouldn't do that if I were you. Mason's not very forgiving. Can I help you? What brings you here? School?
Actually, I'm checking the lab out for a new potential owner.
Oh yeah, Nancy, right?
Yes.
Ellie. Victor wanted me to show you the coil. I guess you could say you're lucky. Most people never get to see the inside of the lab. And we're not exactly up to giving tours, considering. Ready?
Pretty impressive, isn't it?
Is this the coil that was responsible for Nico's death?
Yes. It's been rewired since that night. It never should have been set up that way in the first place.
Why was it wired that way? There must have been a reason, right?
Now, I need you to focus on what we're doing. It's very dangerous. What you're in right now is called a Faraday cage.
Well, how does it work?
Basically, it conducts the electricity away from whatever is inside it, keeping you safe. Here we go!
Ловушка Фарадея.
Okay, that's it. Back to the office.
Thanks for the demo. Any chance you could let me look around in the lab sometime?
Nope.
Я ж нажала.
Can you tell me what you do at the lab?
In plain terms, I'm a research scientist.
How long have you worked here?
Some days it feels like decades. I don't actually know. 2 years? Maybe a bit less.
Do you share the office?
In a way. Mason's station is over there. He's in during the day.
You said the coil should never have been wired the way it was the night Nico died. Why not?
Wiring the secondary and primary coils together is a good way to get yourself killed. Or someone else.
Are you sure it was Ryan?
Yes.
Why would she do that?
She said Nico insisted.
Does that sound like something Nico would do?
I never understood him. But if he was even a fraction as smart as his work leads me to believe, why would he do something so dangerous?
Is there a way into the lab without a key card?
No. Trust me, I've tried. I'm not great at remembering to bring my card, and Gray does not like letting me in.
Bye.
Goodbye, Nancy.
Did that. Still have to do that. Did that.
Мне не нравится вот это, вот это, вот это.
Don't know you. Who let you in?
But we've already met. In the lab? Never mind. I'm Nancy. I'm here doing research for a new owner.
Just what this place needs.
You're not a fan of the idea?
Nope.
Why not?
Not a fan of most ideas.
That's a strange attitude for someone who works at a research facility.
Might be.
What do you think of Ellie?
What'd you say all these questions were for again?
I'm gathering information for a potential new owner.
Your questions say different. Say you're lying.
I'm just very thorough.
Then leave me alone. Thoroughly alone. Again? What?
What do you do here?
Job description says security agent. Suppose it's more valid than not.
How long have you worked here?
Don't know.
Can you estimate?
Nah.
You're really not going to tell me how long you've worked here.
So it would seem.
Goodbye.
Yeah.
Какой он противненький. Так, что надо делать? Понятно, 3 в ряд. А, далее. Показывают, какой далее элемент будет. Хм. Пока выглядит тупо. Хм. А так тоже можно, да? Блин, я не туда посмотрела. Да неужели? Хм. Блин. Ага, 4 можно собирать. Отлично. Прошляпилась. Замысловатая игра. Блин, опять не туда посмотрела. Пытаюсь голосом набрать сообщение, отправить сообщение. Стоп, отмена. Что за отправить? Надо позвонить ему. Сейчас бросим все это дело. Ну, это, собственно, то, что мне нужно было сделать. Странно, а что я на это не могу звонить?
Nancy, Frank was just talking about you.
Oh, yeah? Is that so?
Just recounting the time. So how are you? How's Colorado?
Science-y.
Awesome. Not bad.
I want to catch you up on the case.
Give us the deets. Joe, there's already a word that means what you're trying to say. Frank, it's a language, not a museum. Tear down the velvet rope standing in the way of your word imagination. Joe. Sorry, Nancy. Please go ahead.
I was called in to solve a cold case murder.
Whoa, a murder? I am flabber worried. Isn't that a little on the dangerous side?
It might be.
I wish we could be there to help.
Where are you?
We're on a submarine. Well, currently it's a boat, but intermittently it's a submarine.
What are you doing on a submarine?
It's sort of a long story, and we're still putting the pieces together. Not gonna lie, Nancy, it's some pretty sweet stuff. Crime syndicates, pirate treasure, and there's some talk of pirate ghosts, but no confirmations as of yet. But fingers crossed. More importantly, tell us about you.
Okay, here's the full scoop. Victor, the lab owner, called me in to help solve a cold case.
Why did he call you? Isn't this a job for the police?
Well, that's the thing. The police hit a dead end, and Nico, the researcher who was killed, all of his papers were put into evidence.
And they stay in evidence until the case is closed, right?
Exactly.
What makes the papers so important?
Apparently, Nico was very close to making his research public. The research was supposedly going to revolutionize the way power is created and delivered in this country. Well, the world, really. Victor wants the papers released before anyone else connects the dots.
If it's such a big deal, how come he didn't go to some big private eye or something? Joe, probably because Nancy's got a very well-deserved reputation of being the best there is. I'm sorry, Nancy. I didn't mean it that way. It just seems like a really big job.
I thought the same thing, trust me. But he thinks because of my age, no one will suspect I'm undercover. I hope he's right.
Oh, undercover. That makes sense. Cool. Keep us up to date. We'll do everything we can to help.
I just saw a really cool Tesla coil demo.
You just said the one thing that could make me wish I wasn't on a submarine. I agree. I've always wanted to see one up close.
It was really impressive. They're definitely on the dangerous side.
Not really. Well, they can be if they're wired up wrong, but overall they're pretty safe.
Do you know much about Tesla coils?
Are you kidding? I'm the biggest Nikola Tesla fan in the world. I think. It might be a tie. I'll allow that.
I met Gray.
What's his story?
He's a little intimidating.
You're not the type to be intimidated, so that must really be saying something.
I didn't know you two were Tesla fans.
Tesla was like a real-life wizard.
Ну да.
His
У него не
contributions to the
фокусником, а
scientific community
неправильный
are the
перевод.
most boring things to talk about when it comes to Tesla, Frank. He carried around an
Волшебником.
earthquake machine and built death rays. That stuff is probably blown out of proportion. I will not have you in boring Tesla, Frank. He was one of the few scientists who truly valued crazy giant lightning storms. When he was bored, he and Mark Twain would take turns electrocuting themselves. I mean, come on. The flashy stuff is cool, Joe. But what really impresses me is how all of these seemingly crazy things he dreamed up are now being proven to be actually possible.
Like wireless energy.
Yeah, and harvesting energy from space and the Earth itself. Wait, is that what Nico was working on?
I don't know all of the details exactly, but it seems like it.
Amazing.
I met Ellie.
The verdict?
I think she's hiding something.
Then she must be. I mean, when are you wrong about this stuff? I can't think of once.
I need help getting into the lab.
There's got to be something in the building to help. A key card, maybe? Oh, maybe you could find a way to program your own.
Bye.
See ya.
Сейчас, секунду. Окей. Какая жуткая картина.
Check. Can't check that off yet.
Осталось что-то внизу. А, нет, внизу ничего нет. Окей. Тогда спать. Да.
Hey there, Nэнsi Дрю.
Hi, Deirdre.
Are you in Colorado by any chance?
Yes. How did you know?
Some friend of my dad's called me for a reference for you.
And you gave him a good reference?
Well, I told him the truth.
That was very nice of you.
Was it? By the way, don't make a habit of it. Okay? Bye.
Wait, hang on a sec. I might need some outside help with this case.
Did you forget that I don't like you?
No, but I know you're studying criminology, and Maybe someday I could help you out.
Oh, a non-specific promise with the word someday. Sounds too tempting to ignore. Yet, here I go.
Хочу какое-нибудь пасхальное
4
яйцо.
stars. Would visit again. A clue. No, wait. That's just a sink.
Достижение.
Trying to solve the case of the missing toilet paper.
Или пасхальное яйцо. Обычно это бывает так, за там 10
Trying to
раз
solve the case
подряд.
of the missing toilet paper.
Последний.
Way too many pictures of Tesla in here.
Мгм.
It's locked.
В целом пока ничего нет, я ничего не понимаю.
If it looks like I'm busy, that means I'm busy.
What are you working on?
It's immensely complicated. Get a postgrad in advanced math and electrical engineering, then I'll explain it to you.
Put it in layman's terms.
Fine. There's this shiny magic that lives in the power lines, and it's dangerous and sly like a fox. And I'm using math to trick it into leaving the power lines, without accidentally making everyone die.
That sounds like you're working on the wireless transmission of electricity to me.
If you want to put too fine a point on it, go ahead, stranger. Which brings me to my next point.
Who am I?
Please let the answer be something that justifies me kicking you out of my workspace.
I'm here on behalf of a new potential owner.
Wrong.
No, that's correct.
No, I mean wrong answer for me. Not the answer I wanted to hear.
Do you know why Ryan would want to hurt Nico?
The police already asked the same thing.
Well, what did you tell them?
I said if I were to have killed Nico, it'd be because he stole my work.
Whoa, hold on.
It's just a for instance.
Is it?
Yes, that's because I think logically. I force myself to think from A to B to C, and so on. Ryan is all over the place. For her, it's A to zucchini, to that thing from TV, to maybe C, then on to some non sequitur. I don't trust anyone I can't explain.
Did you work directly with Nico?
No one worked with Nico. We barely spoke to each other. That's the way he liked it. He practically lived in the lab. If he wanted to look at my work, he'd just root around in my hard drive.
So he'd come in here when you were gone?
No, he'd use the network.
He'd just snoop in your files? That seems kind of annoying.
Not kind of. Entirely. It's unethical, and it allowed him to steal.
What do you remember about the day Nico died?
More than I'd care to.
I imagine. Did anything stick out?
Yes, the police. It was weird. One of us killed Nico, and here they were, talking about a basketball game, like it was any other day.
You said one of us. Why? Why not say someone?
It's just an expression.
It's not an expression I'm aware of.
Don't be contrarian. It doesn't suit you.
You mentioned Nico stealing your work. Can you prove that?
No.
You must be pretty upset about that.
Say what you really want to say.
Did the police know your feelings about Nico?
What a peculiar question.
Do you have a peculiar answer?
I do in fact have a peculiar answer. I actually told the police the truth. A more interesting question. is how is Ryan still a free woman?
Why shouldn't she be?
In this case, the smoking gun is a miswired Tesla coil that she built.
Did you dislike Nico?
Very much so.
Would you go as far as to say you hated Nico?
I would go that far, and further. That guy was a jerk.
That seems a little disrespectful, considering...
Does it? Am I
Я
supposed
с ним
to pretend he's
согласна.
great now that he's dead? Lots of jerks have died, and he's one of them. He's a dead, brilliant, jerk madman. The world would be much better off if he'd lived to share more of his intellect. But I selfishly am glad I'll never have to deal with him again.
It seems strange to me that you could be so blasé about a murder.
I deal with things on my own time. But if you are desperate to watch someone cry, Ellie's always available.
What do you think of Ellie?
She hates me so much that she switched to the night shift. Come to think of it, she hates me so much I should actually feel a sense of accomplishment. Which I now do. There it is.
What did you do that she dislikes you so much?
Why do you assume it was me?
You never know if you don't ask.
Don't accuse, you mean. And honestly, I've got no clue.
What's
Типа
so
все его не
special
любят.
about Tesla?
If you have to ask that, you haven't done your research.
I mean, to you. What brought you here?
The work. I turned down Los Alamos in a tenure-track position to be here. Most people don't know this, but the majority of Tesla's work was confiscated by the FBI.
Why?
Could be he was designing weapons. Could be he had a breakthrough that threatened the energy magnates. Don't know. It's all been hidden. What matters is, there's a little bit still here. I always suspected Nico had some squirreled away, and I'd be able to find it. But either he didn't, or I couldn't.
You said you were searching for Nico's work. Did you ever look in Nico's personal things?
Of course I looked.
Can you tell me a little bit about Gray?
He always gives me an industrial-sized
Я
portion
что-то не
of
очень понимаю, они
creeps.
как будто бы
The only person who ever liked
в каком-то
Gray was
подвале
Nico.
записывали игру.
And I think he just liked keeping Gray
Озвучку.
around to scare everyone away from his work.
Did he try to scare you away from Nico's work?
No. He tried to scare me away from my own work.
Oh, what does that mean?
He was Nico's heavy. I figured he'd leave once the police gave the all clear. Trust me, if he's still here, he's up to something. Your boss would be smart to get rid of him.
What was Nico working on before he died?
There wasn't a name for it yet, officially. It was basically wireless energy transfer. That was
Смотрите, он
helpful for you.
получше с нами начал
So how
разговаривать.
about you tell me something about your boss?
I'm sorry, I can't. Confidential. What are you doing?
I want you to tell me what you know, but I can't tell if you're a pushover or not.
Not.
Ah, efficiency. One of the rare graces of a post-manner society.
Did you see? I beat your high score.
Yes, if fighting is sure to result in victory, then you must fight. Sun Tzu compels me to take you down. Prepare yourself, opponent.
Bye.
See you later.
Я думала, это его отпугнет. Это важно. Еще какие-то буквы выделены. Тесы... Ойерден. И здесь виселица. Что-то это пока все должно значить.
What are you doing?
Это из какой-то части, я не помню. Та-та-та-та. Пока ничего не понятно.
Haven't done. Still have to do. Can't check that off yet.
so sorry about that. Are we cool?
Yes.
Good. I was really hoping you'd be the type not to freak out about something like that. Not that you shouldn't. It's reasonable to freak out after a near-death experience. Not that that was super near-death, but you know, closer than what you get walking through most stores.
It's okay. I'm fine.
Good. I had a whole argument prepared about labs and the risks of working with machinery and the importance of forgiveness. Do you want me to hit all the bullet points?
That's not necessary.
Are you sure? I practiced. No, I get it. I'm Ryan.
What do you do at the lab?
I'm so sorry, but I have to ask why you're here. Why are you here?
I'm Nэнsi Дрю. I'm here to do due diligence for a potential new owner.
I'm sorry. I'm an adult, and there's nothing funny about what you just said. Whoa! Wait! Back to the information. We're getting a new owner?
Maybe, but first I need to ask some intrusive questions.
Oh.
I know you've gotten enough of this, I really do, but it's my job.
I've done worse things for my job.
Like what?
I build tools. They're not always used in a good way.
What do you mean by that?
I couldn't tell you about it if I wanted to. Confidentiality.
Who do you think killed
Все-таки
Nico?
секретные.
A little part of me thinks it's Gray.
Why?
I'm a little scared of him.
Him? He's not scary at all.
Don't underestimate him. Those two had a strange relationship. They fought constantly, not sure why.
The part that was responsible for Nico's death is missing. Do you know where it went?
No.
Are you sure? You sound like you're not telling me something.
I destroyed it. It's gone.
Why destroy it?
Because I made it! You know what? I need you to leave me alone right now. Go, please.
Пока ничего не понятно. Ой, какая знакомая
This
вещь.
could help getting into the lab.
What's up?
I'd better get going.
Later.
Haven't done that. Did that. Haven't done. Can't check. Haven't done. Still have. Did that.
Что я сделал? А, мастерскую. Мастерская это где? Ой, этот, лаборатория.
It's locked. I need a card to get in the lab. I guess this one doesn't work.
Какую дверь? Ага, что-то непонятно. В любой непонятной ситуации, если не знаю, что делать, сначала поговори со всеми, потом иди спать.
Hey,
Who do you see on an average day?
just me. Sometimes Ryan. You ask a lot of questions. Ever thought of being a scientist?
Sometimes.
Good answer. The world needs more people with questions, and fewer people who are sure they have the answers.
Do you like Ryan?
Let me save you some time. I don't like anyone.
That can't be true.
Observe, and I'll demonstrate. Other people.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
What's up?
I'd better get going.
Bye.
А чё не вызвался-то?
Hi!
I met Mason.
What's Mason like?
Cold and detached.
That's a reassuring pair of personality traits. He sounds a little textbook. See if you can get a reaction out of him somehow.
I met the whole crew.
Now the work begins. There are some intelligence guys here who owe us a favor. We'll see if anyone's got a past they're hiding.
I met Ryan.
So, what's his story?
Her.
Okay, hang on. Adjusting mental image, removing mustache, change haircut and shoes, done. Wait, adding hat. Okay, done for real. So what's her story?
She's the one who made the part that malfunctioned and killed Nico.
That's serious. But if she wasn't arrested, there must be some doubt.
Some, but Victor really thinks she might be the one.
Does she seem like a cold-blooded killer?
No.
Then keep a close eye on her. Don't forget, your safety is more important than solving the case.
I'd better get going.
Bye.
У нас появился номер Дирдре. Я даже не удивлена. Давайте позвоним ей, не знаю зачем пока что.
If you're under 50, why are you leaving me a message instead of a text? Oldsters, do what you gotta do.
Ладно. Типа у нас осталось времени чуть-чуть.
Hello?
Can you tell me a little bit about Ellie?
She's got that small-town girl act down, Pat. I guess I just can't tell who she really is.
Mason says Nico was stealing from him. Is this true?
No, because the work isn't Mason's to begin with. It's a little troubling that he views it that way.
How did you hear about me?
Through a close friend. You've impressed a lot of people, Nancy.
You seem pretty sure Ryan's the one who killed Nico.
That's because she did. She made the part that malfunctioned and killed Nico. And confidentially, the police told me they're almost certain it's her. They just don't have enough evidence to get a conviction. This is your case. But don't let Ryan's buddy act fool you. She's not who she seems.
What do you think of Mason?
Smart kid. Don't know much about him.
Why did you hire me and not a big investigation firm?
The crew has been questioned a lot, as you can imagine. Everyone's defenses are up. You you can pull off the undercover work without drawing too much suspicion. I know it's a long shot, but I've heard good things. And I already tried the by-the-book way, and that got me nowhere.
Can you tell me anything
Опять
about
неправильный
Gray?
перевод.
I don't know much about him. He was one of Nico's hires.
Nico brought Gray on?
Yes, I have no idea why. He's a head case. Watch yourself around him. Understand?
Do you think Gray could have killed Nico?
I don't know if he did, but I don't doubt he could have. Between you and me, if I didn't want him here to be investigated, I would have fired him immediately. Do not tell him that. I don't know how he might react. It could be really ugly.
Can you tell me a little bit about Nico?
He was an amazing scientist, years ahead of his time.
How long have you worked together?
Decades.
Did you spend any time together outside of work?
I don't know if there was much outside of work for Nico. So no.
I'd better get going.
Bye.
Time to solve the case of the missing toilet paper.
Пока не понимаю. Давайте на ночь переключимся. Поговорим еще раз с Софи.
Hey there, champ. How's my favorite buddy?
What do you want, Deirdre?
What do I want? This is about what you want, Nэнsi Дрю.
Is that so?
It cannot be more so. I come bearing apologies. I want to help you, Nэнsi Дрю. I want to be your girl on the inside of the exciting world of criminology.
Why the sudden change of heart?
Because apparently it still counts as plagiarism if you pay someone to write your paper. I mean, is capitalism dead? Because that's what it seems like.
And you want to help me because...
I made a bargain with my prof. If I can help an actual murder investigation, I'll get credit. So I help you, you help me collect data for my paper, and balance is restored to the universe.
How exactly can you help me?
I've got permission to use our criminal database. In fact, I already read up on the case.
That could come in handy. All right, it's a deal.
Great. Call when you need help, and I'll do what I can.
Окей, на этом мы закроемся. Поговорим с Дирдре.
What do you know about surveillance video?
That you watch it?
Have you heard of cases where the video has been faked?
Oh yeah, all the time.
How can you tell if the video's been edited in some way?
It's getting harder and harder to tell. But the number one thing you need to do is to make sure that you've got the original video feed. If you don't, analyzing the data file isn't going to do you much good.
Is there a way to know if I have the original?
Yeah, that's the detective part. Not in my wheelhouse.
You read up on the case, right? I don't understand why Ryan was under so much scrutiny but never sent to trial.
From what I gathered, something didn't add up with the video and the timeline. Someone had to be in the lab with Nico. Otherwise, he'd still be here today.
So, if her alibi stands up, it couldn't be her.
Exactly. Unless there's something big I'm missing.
Something's weird about this whole thing.
Well, don't keep me in suspense. Figure this out.
I asked her about the night of the murder. She was pretty much mute. I'm undercover here. I can't push too hard. Can you see what you can find on your end?
I'll see what I can find. All I've got is the database. Don't expect any miracles.
Ну, окей. На этом сегодня все. Ставим лайки, подписываемся на канал. Не забываем нажимать на колокольчик, чтобы не пропустить новое видео. Всех была рада видеть. Всем пока-пока.